Hello everybody, today I have Jessica with me and we're going to be doing a review of each of the ports that we went to on this cruise of Adventure of the Seas. First off, we landed in the San Juan airport. The transfer from the airport to the actual cruise terminal in San Juan was fairly easily. You just went out the airport terminal and then there was a taxi station right outside and you just tell them where you're going and how many people you have. And it was $24 for us two and 2 bags of luggage. I'll attach a picture of the pricing for the taxis to the actual cruise terminal that they use, so you can compare how much your price would be. And you can't actually Uber from the airport because there was some conflict with Uber picking up in the airport. But on your way back from the cruise terminal to the airport, you are able to Uber. It's a lot cheaper using a taxi than using the Royal Caribbean transfer though, so I definitely used the taxi over using the Royal Caribbean transfer. Once we got to the cruise terminal, the taxi dropped us off there. It was fairly easily. You walked in, showed them your passports, they got you checked in, same as any other Royal Caribbean cruise.
That took us how long? Maybe like
so from the airport to the cruise terminal was about 5 to 10 minutes, and then once we got dropped off, it was probably about 30 minutes to get through the actual terminal process, and that's just a lot of custom stuff. We had to sign papers.
That's where you got your extension cord thing confiscated.
Yep, so you can't take power outlet cords or extension cords. Those will be confiscated. There was a few other tools. Yep, which was fine. I don't really care. And you get your sail pass cards there as well. And after that, we got on the ship, and our next stop was in St. Kitts.
Yep, Basseterre, St. Kitts.
Basseterre, St. Kitts. So we got off the ship there, and there was a lot of people trying to sell us stuff, wasn't there?
There wasn't too many. I don't think really. Maybe like just a couple of them saying like you when you walk through, there's just a lot of them with signs saying, "Oh, come this way and like go on this tour."
Yeah. And
if you just walk by them, they're fine usually, but.
Yeah, so you got to get past all those people, and then you'll end up with a taxi. There's a guy there that has a monkey, so
multiple monkeys.
Yeah, there's a few people there. There's multiple people with multiple monkeys, and they try putting the monkeys on you, and at the end, taking pictures, they tell you that you actually have to pay for the pictures and try getting you to pay. Yeah, $10 a person, and they don't tell you the price up front, so look out for that.
And they don't let you take the monkeys off. They just kind of throw the monkeys on you. And
they don't ask you permission.
What do we do?
So that's one thing that you want to look out for that port. But we actually ended up finding a person to take us on taxi, and we ended up going to the South Friars Bay in St. Kitts, and the price was
$12.
$12 a person.
Yep.
And
no, it's not. It was $12 for 2 people.
Round trip?
I think it was both ways.
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. So $12 for 2 people. So it ended up being $24 round trip. And we ended up getting there, and we got a chair for $10, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
And if you wanted 2 chairs and umbrella, it was $20. So we ended up just getting the 1 chair. We had a really good guy there at the beach that ended up throwing in another chair for free.
Because they give you pay for your chair up at the restaurant area. And they give you a receipt and you take it out to the beach with you, and they have guys out there kind of directing you to a chair they want to put you in apparently.
Yep.
And the guy just took us over and was like, "I'll just give you guys 2 chairs."
Yep.
So.
Yep. So it was definitely really nice of him. That was a really nice beach location. I have a lot of footage from there. Flew my drone, so you guys can check that out if you want to see what that beach looked like. And then that was fairly easy when we went to go back on the cruise ship. We just walked out front, got a taxi, and went back to port.
Yep.
There wasn't as many people trying to sell you stuff getting back on the ship. Our next stop was St.Johns, Antigua.
This was our least favorite.
Yeah, we wanted to go to Valet Church Beach in Antigua, but we found a taxi driver, and he was really trying to convince us to go to Jolly Beach because...
Well, first off, there were so many people at this port trying to sell you stuff. Like, it was hard to even, walk through, pretty much. And these people weren't just, waving signs in your face. This guy literally started following us and was like, no, like, stop, let me talk to you.
Yeah, and I actually had like price saying that it was $8 per person to get to the beach, and he said, no, that price is wrong. It's $30 each way for 2 people, so it'd be $60 total to the beach. And we said no.
Which is crazy because the place we wanted to go was only like 10 minutes away, maybe.
Yeah. So we started walking away, and then he said, well, he'll put his neck on the line, and he'll actually do it for $16 each way. So we ended up doing that, and then on the way there, he convinced us that to go to Jolly Beach instead of Valley Church Beach that we wanted to.
He just kind of took initiative to take us there.
And tried convincing and saying that this was a better place to go and we would be more happier. So that's where we ended up going.
Yeah.
It was a nice beach. But
yeah, the beach was nice. The water was kind of cloudy, but then again, at this beach, there were a bunch of people trying to sell you stuff constantly, and that was just...
Yeah.
For us, we just want to go to the beach and relax and snorkel, and we don't want a bunch of people trying to sell us stuff all the time.
Yeah, and when you tell someone no, like you're, in 10 minutes, you're not going to say yes. The no was no, and you don't want them coming back every few minutes asking you again. We prearranged for him to pick us up, so it was another $16 going back to the ship there.
Yeah, but the thing that was like the most frustrating about this one was kind of just... They weren't very friendly there, at least he specifically he wasn't the friendliest person, and I don't know, when you're a tourist, I just feel like you kind of want to have like a nice experience getting to the place and getting back, and it was not that great of an experience there, so
nope.
I don't know.
Our next port that we went to was Fort de France, Martinique. When we arrived there, it was raining a little bit in the morning, so we were debating if we were even going to go out. But the port that we wanted to go to was the Point de Vue, Martinique. Yeah, the beach.
Yeah.
And to get to there, you take a ferry, which we ended up doing. We left at about 11 o'clock. And how much was it?
It was $7 per person round trip.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good deal, and it was
like
about
a 12
30...
or 13 minutes to get over there.
Yeah. Yep. So we ballpark around 15 minutes to get there. That'd be a good idea. The ferries leave every hour. So when you get there, make sure you plan to an hour. Look at the times that the ferries are coming back, and make sure you're there early, because we got there at 3:10 and the ferry was supposed to leave at 3:15, and we actually ended up missing it because they left a little bit early.
Yeah. That
place had really nice beaches. And it's a little bit more rocky, not really sand like.
Yeah.
But that place...
Well, I mean, some of it was sandy, but they kind of had, like, the beach that was there, if
was
you'll
by
have
the
it in a
hotel,
video.
and then down further was more of a rocky area. And that beach there, you could rent lawn chairs from the hotel.
But we didn't do that. We went down to the other side of the beach, but the other side of the beach kind of had, like, multiple little beaches, kind of separated by rocks, which was kind of neat. But,
and a good idea there is to just bring a beach towel. There's plenty of shade, so you can just lay it on a beach towel, and you don't need a lawn chair. If
you even bring them. I mean, like, you know, like the ones you kind of sit in at like games or around the fire. You know what I mean? Like if someone brought those for some reason.
Yeah, anything like that. Snorkeling was really good there. There was plenty of fish. You want to watch where you're walking, because there was plenty of sea urchins as well. So they're all over the rocks. That was really good place to snorkel at.
And there was also a lot of natural shade there, because there was a lot of trees around, so that's really nice too.
The place was very picturesque. So we ended up going back from there. And then our next port of call we went to was Castries, St. Lucia. We ended up going to Pigeon Island. I did some research, and everyone was saying that this is a place that you have to go when you're in St. Lucia. The taxi drive was $30 each way for 2 people, so it ended up being $60 round trip total. But that's one place that you won't regret spending that. It was an awesome day. It
was like 30-minute drive there, but make sure you give yourself a lot of time, because the traffic was really bad. It was a lot worse on the way back, but
especially coming back to the ship, you want to leave at least an hour and a half early to be able to make it back on the ship on time,
because it's like one road there and back, and there's just a lot of traffic on it.
There's kind of like mountain peaks there. We hiked up those. It took about 90
Onions.
minutes maybe to hike both peaks. There's a fort on them. Got some really good pictures there. We snorkeled there. There was some neat stuff to see. Not really on the seafloor, but there's a lot of fish. There was an eel, flounder. There's some puffer fish. So it was a good place to snorkel as well.
But we had to pay to get into that park. It was like $10 or something. You said
to get into the Pigeon Island Park, it was $10 a person. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But that place is definitely worth it. Make sure you go there.
That was our
St.
favorite,
Lucia.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last place we went to was Bridgetown, Barbados. We ended up going to Carlisle Bay in Barbados. The water quality was really clear there.
Yeah, it was
we
really
ended up taking the taxi. Well, let's back up. The taxi to from St. Lucia was very easy as well. There wasn't too many people.
St. Lucia was really nice. No one was trying to sell us like anything there.
No, we found a nice taxi driver that just took us right there. And did we talk about the taxi in Martinique as well? Martinique was a really good place to go. There's just a few shops that are along the ocean there.
Yeah.
And no one's really trying to sell you
everyone was
anything.
really nice there too. They had people like walking around there with like shirts on that said, "Can I help you?" and stuff like that. And no one was trying to.
No one's trying to sell you anything. We went right on the ferry, and even at the beach, there wasn't people coming up and down the beach trying to sell you anything. No one asked us.
Same with St. Lucia.
Person.
There was no one trying to sell us anything there.
Yep. Yeah. St. Lucia was the same way. So back to Carlisle Bay. The price for the taxi was how much?
$5 per person each way.
Yep. So pretty cheap. It ended up being $20 total for a round trip. We went over and got a taxi, went right to Carlisle Bay. We got 2 lawn chairs and an umbrella for $20. That's kind of the going price anywhere.
That was like what, a 5-minute, 10-minute drive
10-minute
maybe?
Drive.
And they took you to Copacabana, which is like a little restaurant area kind of, I guess. And that's where you have to go in to the beach. So then we paid $20 for the chair.
And that's pretty much the going rate of all these places is $20 for 2 chairs and a lawn.
And you definitely want umbrellas and stuff there because there's no shade or anything there.
No.
It's just plain white sand beach if that's what you like.
And all the places we went to had Wi-Fi, so that's good. But you want to make sure to jump on it early in the morning because the more people get there,
if you need to contact someone,
it starts slowing down throughout the day.
Yeah. And towards the end of the day, especially in Barbados, it like wasn't even loading anything at all.
Yeah. In Carlisle Bay, there's a few shipwrecks out there if you're into snorkeling. They're a distance away swim from the beach, but there's some sea turtles out there as well. We ended up swimming almost all the way out to them, but ended up getting in contact with something that was on the rope that we were pulling ourselves out there to the shipwreck and had a little bit of a reaction and rash to it. So we ended up coming back in, but we got to see some puffer fish.
And some turtles.
And some baby turtles, some sea turtles. So that was neat. The water quality was really clear there. That was a good place to go to. Almost every day there was just a stray shower, but the showers were maybe 10 minutes and they passed through.
They weren't too bad.
There wasn't one day we had a full day of showers.
No.
But that's pretty much it for all the ports we went to. Tomorrow we'll be back in San Juan, Puerto Rico, so we'll be just taking an Uber from the cruise terminal back to the actual airport. I have videos on all these places, so make sure to stay tuned for me to post those videos and be sure to watch them. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.